Good morning. Actually, I've only got the one camera on. Okay. Good morning, Coach Biker here. Having a nice little ride out. I've noticed that, don't know what it is. It's about 10:30 in the morning. A bit later, as you can probably see. Standard of driving today, very difficult. People pulling out of side roads without looking. People pulling into the fast lane of the motorway when I'm already in it, and all of them blaming the poor motorcyclist. Well, just thought I'd have a look at the sat-nav mount. Now it's installed. Very pleased with it. There's a video up above which I uploaded yesterday. Anyway, so it's a lovely day. It's spring. We're back on the road. Doing a bit of riding. It feels like about sort of 9 degrees. I've got my thermals on. Thanks again to the recommendation by DrJ. I bought some Zero Fit thermals, legs and upper body. I even got the socks, although the socks are very thick. I'm not wearing those. It does make riding on a day like this less of a Michelin Man experience. Anyway, me and DrJ the other day pulled over and had a look at each other's bikes. Not in any sort of serious way, just a casual conversation, two old blokes in a car park looking at the bikes. As you do. Here's how that went. Afternoon, Coach Biker here, and to my right, you may remember, Mr. Dr. John. Hello.
Hello.
What brought you here?
A motorbike.
Ah, that one.
That one.
Well, look at that. There's two of probably the most sought after adventure bikes, I would say. What's yours again?
Well, it's probably less of an adventure bike in terms of the fact that it's a Triumph Tiger 900, but it's a GTPro. Yeah.
Has it got a 19-inch front wheel?
No idea.
Yes, it has. It's an adventure bike. So we've got a Triumph Tiger 900 GTPro with the fancy suspension. 2024, and we've got a 2024 Ducati DesertX. Okay, so what I thought we could do, if you would like to join in. Okay, so John, I would like to ask you a question about your bike on behalf of the viewers who may be interested in such a vehicle, because it is a rather nice machine, is it not?
It is.
My first question is, what would you say is the nicest thing about your Tiger 900 GTPro?
I would say the engine, the power delivery.
Right?
It's lovely, smooth.
What is the power delivery?
What, you mean the total amount?
Yeah, well, roughly.
Oh, sure, it's about 110 or a bit more.
So, in the sweet spot.
Yeah.
I think 100 horsepower. Sweet spot. And okay, on the left we have the Ducati DesertX. Would you like to imagine any question that somebody on the internet, but not a rude question, might ask me about that bike and my relationship with it?
Well, the first thing, seeing as how much you loved your last bike and how it was brilliant for you, why have you bought this one?
Which one?
That one.
No, which bike?
Your Royal Enfield.
Ah, the Royal Enfield, not the Honda and all the others.
No. Your last bike was the Royal Enfield.
Well, the reason was I got the Royal Enfield because at the time you're the main witness to this because nobody else saw it. You know how bad my back problems were last year, my spine.
That's true.
I thought I'd have to give up riding. At one point, I don't even remember, I couldn't bend my arms at all.
No.
Particularly if there was any manual labour involved, they wouldn't work. So, but now I'm much fitter. And when that bike came out, you may remember, I was absolutely smitten by it. But I never thought for 1 minute I'd ever be able to own one. And then Euro 5 Plus happened, and I feel much better in myself. So I feel capable of riding it. So I just thought, well, bollocks to it. And I'm leaving that word in. Go for it and see if I can get one. And luckily I did, but I also would like to blame you because you kept telling me to get one.
You've forgotten the fact that we went out on that Ducati ride out.
Which again was your fault. You made me go on a Ducati ride out, and I rode a DesertX, and I don't know if you remember that day, but I told you it was the best bike I'd ever been on.
You did. You said it was. If anybody was to make a bike for you, it was going to be this.
Yeah, but I never believed that I would ever own one. So I had to get rid of all my other bikes apart from my MZ. Had to go all in. Had to go out on a limb. And I don't regret it at all because I love the thing.
Brill.
Okay, right. My next question for you is: which luxury on your bike would you least like to lose from it?
Well, I know it's pretty boring, but heated grips.
Heated grips, yeah.
Love them.
You only saying that because I haven't got any. Do they come as standard?
They come as standard, and the fact is that they extend the ease of riding into the spring and autumn, and in fact all through the winter.
And you're doing particularly this year. You're doing a lot of winter riding, aren't you?
Yeah.
More than normal. Or the new normal is that you are doing lots of winter riding.
Indeed, I am.
Okay.
A fair bit.
Your go. Question 2.
Okay. Well, I mean, leading on, I suppose, from what we've just said.
I haven't got any heated grips.
But what are you going to add to it? In which order?
Well, the very first thing that I'm going to add to it will be a sat-nav holder, which I've already got from my good friend Nicola at Paramoto. That's coming. But in terms of Ducati parts, heated grips, I've got to have heated grips. So I've got my heated gloves today, but I'm big soft these days, and like you, I think I would have laughed 10 years ago at the thought of them, but once you've had them, you just can't have a bike without them. So John, what would you say is, and you may not have one, but is there anything that disappoints you about that bike?
What difficult question.
That's why I'm here. Nice Brembos.
It really is a brilliant all-round bike. I mean, as you may or may not know, those people out there in Webland,
TV land.
I've also got Ducati Supersport, and they're different beasts. They do different things to you. The Supersport is great. You know, you can flick it around. It's sporty, all the rest of it. And yet this bike I'm probably quicker on this bike than I am on Ducati. It's comfortable.
But not on a track. Not if you're on a track.
But I mean, you know, you can flick this thing into corners.
But you're supposed to be telling me something that you were disappointed about. So are you saying there's nothing at all?
That's the problem. That's the problem.
It's a problem that there's nothing wrong with it.
Because I've ridden this since October last year, and I've got to be perfectly honest. There's nothing that I suppose I'll tell you what. If I had to, I'd say that the nav that comes with Triumph is
turn by turn.
It's a bit basic. Yeah, turn by turn, arrows. But it's fine for getting you home. You do need something extra, which is why I've added on.
Yeah. But
Android Auto.
Did the turn by turn come as standard?
Yes.
Ah, there you go. You see, anyway. Because I haven't got that on my bike.
So what's it like for comfort?
So I was actually thinking about, well, I've only done just less than 200 miles. So as we were riding back then, and obviously I've not run it in, so I've still got to watch my revs.
Yeah.
I was waiting to see whether I got tingly fingers. Nothing of the sort. I was waiting for my bottom to go numb because it's quite a firm seat, and I've got the low seat. No problem whatsoever so far. The one thing I don't like is, I think on the motorway, not today, the riding we're doing, so but if I was going to go, as I am at some point, 3 or 4 hours on the motorway, that screen, and you knew it would be screened, didn't you?
Yeah.
Cause it's a little bit noisy around the side of the crash helmet, but a spoiler arrived this morning for 11 quid from eBay, so I could always try that. Or if Campbell01's laughing, there is a touring screen, which I've nearly ordered 3 times. It's a Ducati one. There's a Ducati touring screen. It'd have to be the Ducati one. It's £150. It's a lot of money. So at the moment, I'm making do with what I've got. It's not the kind of riding we've done today. There's no problem whatsoever. It'd have to be long distance motorway riding. I would suggest its weakness. as it stands. Yeah. One thing I've noticed looking at both our bikes is these short mud guards. You've got dirt all the way up to the rectifier there.
Yeah.
And I've got dirt all the way up the cylinder head and all the way to the top of the radiator. I just think it's stupid.
Yeah. I've got a pyramid fender extender to put on, and I will do that. I put one on the 850, and it improved it slightly. I've also put a hugger on the back.
Yeah.
And it does keep a bit of crap off the...
Well, one thing I saw on the internet is, you see the paint on the cylinder head?
Yeah.
Some people with low mileage are losing the paint. So I can't help but think it's related to the fact that it throws the dirt straight onto it and it's hot.
Yeah.
And a modern paint, Campbell01 said, is water-based and maybe... not ideal.
It's not.
So I there is a fender extender for that. It's quite big, but I might actually put it on. My follow-up to that, it comes from a subscriber. Why did you change from the 850 to the Tiger 900?
Well, it's an interesting question. I mean, the point is that I need a reasonably reliable bike because I do some observing stuff. And the 850, although it was absolutely fine, but it's well into its MOT stages, and I just thought, really, I need to replace it with perhaps another newer bike. And at the time, I could have gone for an 850, but these were just coming out, and they've got all the bells, whistles, and everything that I needed on them.
Electric suspension.
It's got which is nice. It's got 4 rider modes, including one that you can set exactly as you want. It's got the integrated nav. It's got heated grips. It's got heated seats. It's got just about everything.
So basically, you changed it because you wanted to.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, which is the same with me. No, but you don't regret it. No regrets.
Absolutely not at all.
Great.
Yeah, but if anybody said to me, is it worth upgrading? I'd say, well, no. If you don't want to get rid of the old bike, don't.
No.
Because the 850 was a brilliant bike too. But
Fair
this
enough.
is, because I was going to swap bikes, this is worth doing.
Okay. But, one last question for me for the DesertX thing.
So what adjustments have you got on the suspension? We just talked about the fact that mine's got electric.
It has. It has full. Well, it's got full compression, rebound, and damping on the front, compression damping, and it's got full off-road suspension front and back. Probably not the best in the world, but good enough for this bike. Good enough for me, certainly. And so far, the adjustments I've made to that suspension is nothing. I'm just riding it as it is because, as I say, I'm on 180 miles. So it's as it stands, it's as it came, and it feels great. So what are we going to do? Are we actually going to try and set it up for you by getting sag and? I would honestly, no need to adjust it. I'm happy. Everything I've tried so far.
Yeah.
I've had plenty of bikes to compare it to. As it has come to me at my weight, because I'm not the heaviest person in the world, it's fine. I think it's on preload. It's on 2, which is what it comes at, and everything is just set for road. I mean, obviously, if you're a far more capable rider than me and you want to take it up a mountain and start jumping over things, then you'd adjust the suspension to suit. But for my kind of riding at the moment, with my spine as it is, I'm not risking anything. So I love riding it. It's very comfortable. I mean, all the things we've gone over today, various road surfaces that we know throw bikes out. It's just gone over them. It just flattened them all out. It's easy. Probably because it's heavy. It's a heavy bike.
It's a nice bike, lovely bike.
Yeah, I'm very pleased with it.
About it.
So I'm waiting for buyer's remorse, but at the moment I've got buyer's oblivion, and I don't care. Anyhow, I'm not sure that was particularly coherent. It was just an impromptu thing we did. Maybe it will be of some use to somebody, I don't know. Still, the running in goes on. I'm on 225 miles more or less, so another 400 to go before I can take the bike for its first service and hopefully get some heated grips installed, because my hands are cold. Thank God for my heated gloves. Or I should say my hands would be cold if I didn't have the heated gloves on. Okay. Dr. J, is it? Could be. No, I don't think so. Let's look at church. Parish of St. Cross. We do have some nice buildings in the UK. There's another nice building. Not religious, but there are a lot of churches in Britain, and we tend to take them for granted, I suppose, until they get changed into a Indian takeaway or something. And there are lots of nice pubs which are rapidly being closed down. It's funny because it's like that country is disappearing before my very eyes. So that was our little chat about our bikes. Totally impromptu, unscripted, as I'm sure you can tell. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you did, still enjoying my Paramoto sat-nav mount, although I'm completely ignoring the sat-nav. Fudge Biker is out. It's that road there, isn't it?